This video explains how to find your bra size. I'll explain it in two parts. Part one for the band size around the body, and then part two for the cup size. So as we know, bra sizes comprise of a number and a letter. So the band size is where the number comes into play, the 32, 34, 36, 38, etc., etc. And then of course the cup size is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H size. So this part of the video will be on the band size. Now, how do you find your band size? I'm going to give a short synopsis of how to find it for those that don't want to stay for the whole video, and then I'm going to give a longer explanation on how to find your band size with more intricate detail. So the quick way to explain how to find your band size. So again, like I said, it's the 32, 34, 36, etc., etc. It's the numbers. So again, your bra size comprised of the cup size and the band size. The band size correlates to the band that goes around the body. It's what holds the bra in place. It's what supports you 80%. And then of course your straps support you of the extra 20%, but the cups and the band size support 80%. So how do we find this number, which is what's going to be right for us, right? So first you're going to grab a fabric measuring tape, one that's flexible. Then you're going to go right underneath the bra line, okay? So we want to measure the rib cage. So I'm going to pull this really tight right underneath the bra line, okay? So I'm going to measure and pull it really nice and snug. I want to find the bone measurement, okay? So I want to find your bone measurement, not too high, not too low. You see how the natural waist is down here? That's too low. So I want it to be right along the bra line, and I'm going to measure it really nice and snug here. So we want it really nice and snug because I actually want to find the bone measurement. So really pull it tight as much as you can. So I'm measuring here, it measures 30 inches. Okay, so if this measures a 30, so it's an even number. We know that bra sizes come in even numbers. So you're gonna go up a few inches for your first even number that you find, or maybe to the next one, depending on your comfort level. So that would be, for this example, it'd be a 32 or a 34. If you're extremely sensitive to tight things, maybe you would go higher than that, but it's very uncommon. Again, most people are gonna be going to that 32 or the 34. Again, it depends on how tight you like things. So if you're really sensitive to pantyhose, sensitive to tight jeans, you may not want something that tight. It really depends on the person. It also depends on the bra. Sometimes they run really tight, sometimes they run really loose. So sometimes you just have to try one if you're in the store, or buy one and then return it for the band size up if you need to. But that is how you find the band size. You measure around the rib cage and then you go slightly above it. So this one measured an even number. If you're an odd number, you'll do the same thing. You just go slightly above it to find your next even number. So you'll go, if it was a 29 inch, you'll go to the 30 or the 32 band. It's very unlikely, of the 20 years that I've been fitting thousands and thousands of women, I have not found many women that want to purchase or feel comfortable in a bra the same size as their rib cage. I know there are some fitters out there that do that. Because of the experience that I've had and most women finding that way too tight and uncomfortable, I don't suggest that, because again, the majority of women, like 99% of them, that's too tight, because it's having a bra the same size as your bone structure. That's just going to really confine you and hold you pretty strong. I find you can get just enough support from finding a band that's slightly above that number and still going to give you good support. Okay. If you are measuring at a 38, if your rib cage measurement measures at a 38 or higher, I tend to find that those clients actually do wear the same size bra as their rib cage measurement. It's just been from experience. So again, if you're measuring a 37, 38, 39, et cetera, I would go to the closest band size for you. So if you're measuring at a 38, you're most likely probably going to grab a 38 if that's going to fit you really well. If you measure in 40, same thing. If you measure at a 39, I would probably go 40 unless the measurement was a little bit off, and maybe then you go to 38. Same with a 42. If you're measuring a 42 around, I'd probably put you in a 42 band. It's just something I've noticed just from experience that we don't want to go above much in the band size because we really want to hold the body and get the most support for that. Another factor to share is that if you are a cup size like D, E, F, G, H, etc., you're really going to want a lot of support around the band. Of course, we're already looking for 80% of support from the band, but it's especially important if you're in those higher cup sizes, because if you're not getting enough support from the band, you're going to find a lot of pressure and pain on the shoulders. Sometimes in like 20 minutes, you can feel it. It's pretty wild. So a lot of times those clients will want to go to the smaller band of the two. So again, this person measures at a 30 band, so they'll probably want to go with a 32 band if they're going to be a cup size D or higher. You may want it anyways, but I find that really common with higher cup sizes, that they want the smaller band so that they can feel some more support. Another thing to share that I found from just fitting so many women is if you have a really low body fat count, if you don't have a lot of fat between your bone and the skin layer, I find that those clients don't want tight bras, that it can feel constrictive really fast. So I would encourage you to really play with the bands. Again, if you're measuring 30, you could do a 32, but you also could do a 34. So don't be afraid to play with it a little bit. Make sure you're listening to your body and your sensitivities so that you don't get something so tight. Just another quick comment is a lot of times those clients may want wireless bras as well, again, because you just don't have a much layer between your bone and the skin to cushion it a little bit. So I find that you're just more sensitive at that place. So the wires could dig in a little bit harsher, the band could dig in. So just make sure you're not holding yourself too tight. And again, if you don't have as much body fat, you're most likely going to be, A to D range for cup size. So you're not going to need that super strong support anyhow. So just a little recap on how to find your band size. Make sure you use that fabric measuring tape. Really measure really tight right underneath the bra line. Really pull it tight so you can get that exact measurement of your rib cage. And then you're going to go slightly above that number to find your measurement, whether it's an odd or even number. Of course, you're going to move to the even number because that's what bra sizes are made in, is even numbers. So that really is how you find your band size. And then of course, try it on either if you're ordering in line or go into the store, because every band size runs a little bit different, or band fabrication runs a little bit different. They could be tighter, could be looser.